Hello, guys. Welcome to another episode of Truth and Banter. Yes, we're going strong. This is our seventh episode. So if you've, you know, come into contact with this pod and you've become an avid listener, we thank you for always listening. We see the guys on YouTube who's always listening. Thank you very much. And the guys on Spotify, thank you very much as well. We are available on those two platforms only. You can hear the pod anytime, any day, including the previous episodes. I've got the guys here once again to discuss different topics, different range of topics. And today, maybe there'll be basketballs or maybe there'll be fireworks. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. I've got Show representing United. I've got OPK, the Chelsea fan. I've got Bihola representing United. Got Rollins, got Dele, Arsenal fans. Our Spanish correspondent hasn't showed up yet, but we're going to start anyway. We are going to make a start. First on our agenda is just review of the weekend football that just gone past. In the Premier League, we saw Chelsea lose again to Brighton. We saw Man United, they just lost to Spurs. We saw Arsenal grind out a win. I think I'm going to start this pod with Arsenal because I'm pretty sure the Arsenal fans are happy at the moment. Dele, what did you think about Arsenal? Were you proud of your boys? They grounded out that win over the weekend.
Yeah, they grounded out the win. 3 points. We move the team squad, but it's going. I think it's still going to show during the season. There's some games we would, but at the end of the day, the defense is still strong. The midfield is strong. So, yeah, 3 points. We move to the next.
So what's going to happen in the next match? Is Merino going to start as a striker?
No. He cannot start as a striker. Regardless of how people want him to start as a striker. Maybe he will come in earlier, depending on the way the game goes. But I do not see him starting as a striker.
No. So what other options are there though? Like you guys are really thin up front.
Yeah, we have a lot of options. We have a lot of options. The coach can decide to change to a three man at the back, maybe play wing backs, and maybe 2 up front.
Okay.
So, and there are other options. It's just that I don't think he used to be when he started changing formations like that, but I think now he just stuck to the same 4-3-3. He's been working for him, so I don't blame him if he doesn't want to change. But except that, another thing we can always do again is because I think it's only Arsenal wingers that do not switch. In terms of, Sterling was having a bad game on that side of the wing. Trossard was also having a bad game. I don't know why 2 of them did not switch. Maybe they did once or twice. I don't know. But
Trossard was your first 9 day, wasn't he?
Correct. And it was struggling when it was the first 9.
Should have been Nwaneri and Sterling, maybe?
No. What I'm saying is Trossard was struggling in the middle. Sterling was having a very bad game on the left. Maybe they should have tried to switch it up maybe for the next 10 minutes. We see Man City play wingers do it, or even, just change positions. Maybe if you're struggling with someone. But I don't know how the coach, that's his job. That's not my job. He's the one that keeps buying the midfielder and the defender. So that's for him to figure out.
All right. So I want to bring Rollins in now. Rollins has been an avid hyper of Ethan Nwaneri of Arsenal. How did you feel with his contributions over the weekend? Was it like, what was it like for you? Was it like a moment of, I told you guys, how did you feel about Ethan Nwaneri being the man of the match?
Okay. I don't think it was a moment. It was a moment of the match, rather. So far, I've watched him for some games this season, and I see the quality he has. So I wasn't quite surprised that he could do what he actually did on Saturday.
Okay. I don't want to, give guys a taster of what is to come, because there's something you've said and you are here to back it up with facts, I believe. We'll get to that in the next topics.
We are here.
You are here. You are here. Okwenga, Chelsea, it's time for you to come and talk about your boy Maresca. Chelsea got smacked again by Brighton. They got smacked in the was it the FA Cup game? Yeah, the FA Cup game last week. The same team, the same stadium, they got smacked again. What exactly was the problem? What was to blame?
Yet again, I don't know where to start from, but basically we have a lot of problems. It's actually very easy to point at the coach and say, oh, for me, I think the only thing the coach is doing wrong at this moment is this inverting rubbish. The players are failing at the basics. Why not just let's play normal football formation 4-3-3, let everybody play their position, but this inverting, 3 is in midfield, 2 is trying to run into the midfield, leaving a lot of space behind. The pressing we've been playing before has been figured out. So I expect the coach to probably maybe do something different. But I think Italian managers are usually stubborn. But then, for me, I think most of the fault lies within the players. Man, I don't know how you want to defend Cowell. There was a foul and almost at the center, and the defender sat down there. Man, I think I didn't make so much defense for Pochettino, so it's okay. It's also right if I'm trying to run away from the fact that Maresca is also getting some things wrong. But at this moment, I think everything is wrong with Chelsea. But for me, I think I'm still going to put most of the blame on the owners, because I think there was a tweet I put out at the beginning of the season that
so the owners are the one to blame for Chelsea's performance.
Yeah, I think so, because if you at the start of the season I said I'm going to back Maresca until he proves otherwise, and even at that time I'm going to come for the owners, because I don't know how it's difficult for you to go for a manager that is proven. But at this moment, it's clear that they all want the yes boys, the kind of manager that they can tell who to play, who not to play, how to play, and stuff like that.
Are you telling that? Are you trying to say that the owners are telling Maresca who to play and how to play?
I think so. At this point, I think so.
Really?
Yes, at this point, I think so.
They're telling him to play, what's his name?
A certain way.
A certain way.
Yeah. Maybe not sure about like playing certain players, but then I'm sure they probably, maybe there's this pattern of play that appeal to them and they want, Anthony scored again. Yeah, wonderful.
All right, cool. Lamentations of Chelsea fans. Everybody go lament today. I want to move on to the Man U fans in the house. I think you were quite confident last week on like Show, who's been doing all this reverse psychology. I want to hear your own thoughts first. How did you guys fare today? You played Tottenham. You have injuries problems. They have injury problems. I don't want to say which one was worse. Well, according to somebody on this pod, I'm not going to mention the name. He said that's how you know what a good manager is. At least before you guys had this injury problem, you guys had a semi-complete squad. What happened today? How did you guys fare against Spurs? I didn't watch the match. I was in church when the match was being played. So, but I've yet to see the highlights anyway. But I checked live scores and I saw we lost. And I saw the bench. So it was unfortunate that we had about 6 injuries in 1 week. In just 1 week, when we are able to train, we end up having about 6 injuries. About 2 or 3 of them are out of the season. So I think our season is over. We might end up getting relegated. So I don't know, but sorry that I'm laughing, but the way you talk, our season is over. Was your season on before? It's over now because you can still win Europa League and FA Cup. So I don't know what you're talking about. No more hope. But now it's over. All our players are injured, and we've loaned all our players away. So it's over. So hopefully we don't get relegated. Okay, so that's gonna take me to Show. I know you've been playing your reverse psychology since last week. I don't know why you think it's going to save you from people saying no, Man United are rubbish or whatever it is. What happened today? Was this exactly what you expected? Are you saying even with the injured players that both teams had, United could not have performed better than they did?
Okay, so I expected us to actually be poorer than we were today. And to my surprise, somehow we even played better. Yeah. The only major problem that we had today was that we couldn't convert our chances. And that's the truth. So now the reason why I said that, oftentimes I've always said that irrespective of how bad the coach can be, there are minimums that are required of each player. And that was one of the things that I'm happy that Wenka said just now. He was talking about Cowell's attitude when he was on the floor and the referee didn't blow and he just sat down there and he was looking. this no coach will tell you to come on, stand up and it's expected of every professional out there. You put your body on the line, even on the day you're having a bad day. And
But
that's one of the reasons why
whose body
hard-
language was wrong today for Man U? Whose body language was wrong?
whose body language was wrong. Did you see Brother Casemiro? He can't even do some
So
of the.
who are you going to blame for Casino, for example?
I'm not
He's barely
calm down.
played.
I
He's
am
barely
not
played
blaming
though.
him. Hold on, please. Is he not collecting salary? Is he not a professional footballer? Is he not training? What do you mean he barely plays? No, please.
He's barely had
That's
an opportunity to even get up to match speed. Your manager has not played him as much as he should. He hasn't even given him game
because
time.
he is not even. It seems. Do you watch United games when Casemiro had been playing? I mean, even this season, Casemiro has been abysmal. I mean, I'm sorry to say, he's a world class player, but he's past his prime.
So
And
I
that's
want
the
to ask you a
truth.
question. I want to ask you a question. I
Okay.
want to ask you a question.
I'm with you.
Now, don't you think managers have a part to play when they, you freeze out a player, you don't give him opportunities to even show himself, and all of a sudden you want to rely on him, you expect him to work magic? Don't you think he's being fair on that player? This new manager has come in, he hasn't given him chances to actually play.
Okay, so the thing is this. I think I may not want to react to you first. I'll react to some of the private chat that I'm seeing. And of course, I expected it anyway. Now, the thing is this. When you point out a player's flaws in a game, okay, people started thinking, oh, yes, they are blaming him. No. I mean, virtually everybody do it. Kobe didn't cause the goals. What is it called? Kobe didn't cause the goal that Chelsea conceded. But I mean, people pointed at some of the things that he did. So me saying that Casemiro didn't play, that was just one of the, examples. I don't think I tweeted about Casemiro all game. And I tweeted about 5 times about Oiland and Dalot. So, but let me move past that. Now, the thing is this. Irrespective of the coach setup, okay, there are basics that are expected of everyone on the field of play. Okay. Number one, our striker. We're actually playing with a Tottenham number 11. Oh, sorry, number 12, because they are 11 already. We're actually playing with Tottenham number 12 as our own striker. Yeah, because every ball that gets to him today was literally, it's already won by Tottenham. Do you understand? So now, of course, the coach has his own parts of the play. Fine, totally accepted. His formation, some of the tactics. But hey, if you watch the game today, we had caught clear opportunity to actually at least draw today's game. This is not, I've always been supporting the coach because I believe, you have to give some coach, when all coaches come in, irrespective of the coach, give them some time because, this is a big team. It's not so give them some time, maybe 4 months, 5 months. You must start at least reaping the fruit of what they must have tried to instill over a period of 4 to 5 months. Okwenka said at the beginning of this season that, I think I'll support Maresca until he proves that he is not it. And that's the same thing that I was actually doing with Amorim. I've always supported virtually everything he did. But at this point, he has to start facing the heat. Hey, you were brought in here to win games. It's been 5 months or 4 months. You have to start finding a way to do it. Of course, the players are not good, we know. But hey, even if
which of the players are not good? Wait. So let's not drag it too much. In all of your explanations, you fail to say, you've mentioned Casemiro here. I can't understand where you're coming from, but the actual person who got your biggest chance on the day, just because you don't argue for back, you fail to mention that person's name today. The person who had your biggest chance. Are you saying the coach? Yeah. Are you saying the coach should be coaching him on how to finish from that angle?
That's where I'm going. I said earlier that, of course, at the end of the day, the ball stops on the coach table. But let's leave that. The players also have a responsibility. And this is what I tell people always. The players also have a responsibility. And when you don't do your own responsibility, as much as people point to the coach, we also point to the player. Then when we point to the player, some fans somewhere that, of course, wouldn't win any league anyway, we start saying, oh, now the players are not good. Oh, you cannot blame the coach. Oh, you don't want to blame the coach. Why are you blaming the player? You know, that kind of a thing. even an amateur player will score that Garnacho's chance today. I literally fell off the chair when he missed it. So I mean, we blame the player who messes up. Then, of course, at the end of the day, we also still blame the coach.
Cool. Let's move in on. I think that's all for the English Premier League. We're going to move on to the Spanish La Liga. We have our Spanish correspondent in here. I mean, last week we talked about what was happening with referees and Real Madrid. And I mean, this week again, it's like, it's like something, we don't know if it's a bias or I'm using the word of our Spanish correspondent. We don't know if it's a bias or if it's truly deserving. Now, Real Madrid had a game, was it against what, Osasuna? And they did get a red card. Jude Bellingham got a red card for dissent. And there's been a lot of talks about, is it deserving or it's not deserving? Now, Ola Salam, as a Barcelona fan, do you think that red card was deserving for Jude Bellingham?
Okay, honestly, I think the referee's decision was a bit harsh, honestly. However, you can't control people's behavior. So if you say fuck you or fuck off to me, I can decide to react anyhow I like. You understand? I mean, you have the words in your mouth. I can't say words at you. I mean, imagine the referee starts arguing with Bellingham and saying, are you speaking to me and all that? It's going to cause commotion. So to me, I think it's a bit harsh, but you have your mouth. I have my cards. I think generally we have seen this season. I remember a game where Rafinha said some things at the referee, and I am always being plain when I'm watching football games. Do you understand? I'm very plain. And I didn't really feel good about what Rafinha did, honestly. And that's one of the things why I'm still a bit lenient with somebody like Yamal. Even in the last game, he dived. I don't know if people saw our last game. He dived. And I was like, you don't need this at this moment. So we have seen games where players actually want to push their frustration or they want to express their frustration, which is good. But expressing your frustration can be disrespectful to some people. A lot of referees will let that slip and go away. But for the fact that Jude Bellingham has in the match against, is it Liverpool or Espanyol? I guess maybe Liverpool, Espanyol. He said it loud to the referee or the lines. Is it Atletico? He said fuck off. Now let me tell you something. That's a disrespectful thing to say. I mean, if you tell me fuck off and I say black man, now it becomes racism. Do you understand? So it's disrespectful. However, in the game, Madrid's game against Espanyol, I think the referee actually took a lot of he made a lot of bad decisions. There was a time where Mbappe was fouled. Yes, Mbappe was fouled, and I think that was a red card. No, it's not. I didn't think it was a red card. Let it go. And I think that same player that was supposed to be sent off, was one that scored the goal. I can't remember his name. Maybe Carlo or something. It was one that scored the goal, and everybody saw the way Ancelotti went out at Tebas. And saying he has lost his mind. So we have seen a lot of decisions that the referee has taken in all leagues. Look at the red card of Fermin last.
I want to ask you a question before you go on. I want to ask you a question. Are you saying that? Fine, Jude Bellingham is spoken English. Are you saying the other players in La Liga, they don't say things like puta madre, like which means exactly the same thing, foca or something like that?
I understand. They say puta. I have had
they say it. Are you saying? Are you? I'm not. Are you? No. I'm trying to word my question in such a way that are you saying fuck off is actually disrespectful? Or are you saying whether it's fuck off or puta madre that the rest of the other players say? Is it just because it was said in English that it feels disrespectful?
Puta, this one you said that it's a long stuff. Fuck off. It's a disrespectful thing to say as a player. You can express your frustration. Do you understand? Take out the frustration on the football you are playing. You understand? Don't say it at the referee. So I said it earlier that a lot of referee will let it go past. I myself, if I'm the referee, I'll let it go. I think it's a bit harsh. If it was done to my player, I really feel awful. But let's be sincere. Let's be sincere. Saying fuck off, fuck you, whatever is a disrespectful thing to say. And I saw Dele's reply to a tweet on somebody's tail yesterday. And when I saw it, it made a lot of sense. He said, I don't know how he put it, but he said, fuck you or fuck off is disrespectful. How the referee decides to handle it is business. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to go to Dele now. Now, my question to Dele is, do you also feel that saying fuck off is what red card won? And are we saying that players should be emotionless because I mean a lot is going on the field. They say things, and I think with the way culture is in Europe, for example, the way they use swear words and things like that, it's not. I don't think it's synonymous to English people who are English speaking alone. There's always equivalent in everywhere. Are we saying that players cannot, express themselves that way? How do they take out frustrations? One, is it disrespectful? And two, the question I just asked today.
I think for me, I'll start with let's in the context. Let's see what the referee said. He fuck off is different from fuck you. If you understand when players, they say fuck off, or fuck off could be just go. Games that he heard fuck you. Track back a little bit. I think 2 games. Someone I was chatting with on the TL sent me a video where the same player said off. So for me, I would think maybe the referees had seen that, and they've probably thought, okay, this guy, he does this a lot. So
was reacting to that, yes.
Yes. So that referee had maybe.
Well, is this coming? Is this coming because of the issue they have currently with Madrid?
No, I'm not saying about the penalty issue.
No.
There's no issue with
not penalty like the issue they have with Madrid.
No. I don't think he has to do anything with issues with Madrid. I don't personally don't think so. What I think is, these referees are also, they're humans as well. We also have favorites. You also have people that you main sort of. That's my own understanding. I think the referee or the referees they've already labeled him that, okay, he always says this. You can also, English player says fuck off a lot. Like, oh, fuck off. And they walk away. But if you say fuck you to his face, then you are giving the referee a decision to make. He's not going to talk to you and say, oh, okay, are you talking to me? Or ask you a question. Are you this? Okay, before I forget what I wanted to say, I'll track back a little bit. Liverpool, Everton. Let's ask a question. Why do you think the coach got a red card? He probably said something offensive as well, or sarcastic to the referee. So if Jude Bellingham, maybe if he says fuck off, that for me, I don't think fuck off is a red card. Yellow card, move on. Or referee just ignores, depending on the referee's discretion. But if he actually said fuck you, for me, it's a red card. You cannot tell the officials fuck you.
Okay, so Liverpool guys have come out and said he actually said fuck off and not fuck you, and the referee has put in his report and said it is fuck you. Okay, I want to get your thoughts on this issue before we move on to the next.
So personally, I think Madrid's like someone that is under watch at the moment. So every small thing they do, the players, the coach will be magnified. So football has always been a game of emotions. You get the ball sometimes, you tell the player fuck off. You say, even sometimes you probably say fuck you, not even aimed at a particular person, but maybe because of the decision. So because of how emotional football can get, I think it might be a little bit very difficult to brand a red card without even hearing having a second thought about that decision. So the referee did not wait to hear if it was aimed at him or at anybody, but Madrid is actually under watch at this moment, and every small thing. Actually, I even feel the red card, the penalty is also too, considering what had happened earlier. I think it was a bit soft, like what we said. We talked about.
That's why I'm asking that. Are they trying to teach Madrid a lesson?
Yeah, I think so.
Because they're the loudest.
I think so. So every little thing they do at this moment will probably be magnified. So yeah, I think so.
Okay, so final words.
Me, I will say something. I'll say this bias. This is you people are saying now is bias. I'll use Ola Salam's word is bias. But when Arsenal magnifies something and you say Arsenal is bringing it back now, you will not talk about it in this way. Like maybe the referees are doing it because of what Arteta has said. But now we are making a justification that, oh yeah, maybe that's what is happening for Madrid because of what the coach or Madrid has been saying in the press about the referees.
Okay. That's understandable. I think for your case, I agree when it comes to Michael Oliver because he's been consistently against your team. And we've said before that there's a lot of referees that they have that one thing that they are, no matter what it is, you don't expect good decisions from them. Like Chelsea and Anthony Taylor, your cases with Oliver, even the one that got suspended at Liverpool. Every fan base will say that. I think you guys should respond to whether we're making excuses for the referees in La Liga and we're not doing the same for referees against Arsenal. is there really a one-sided bias against Arsenal, Okoyenka?
Personally, I don't think so. I think most times Arsenal fans, they come up with those excuses when they don't play, to be honest. And as far as I'm concerned, I don't think there's, unless you guys prove me wrong, but I don't think there's ever been a time that Arsenal as a football club wrote to referees in Premier League to ask for explanation on certain things. So I think all these ideas are just cooked up in our heads. Of course, we all want decisions to go our way. Sometimes we feel a little hard done by decisions of referee. Every club has every right to feel that way. I think some Chelsea fans will actually say Enzo's goal against Brighton should have stood. I don't think so either way.
Sure.
Yeah, but then I feel when you lose in those moments, because football is a game of margin, you probably want to go back to those referee decisions that didn't go your way. But then I don't think Arsenal had ever made any. I think at this moment, if Arsenal goes public and attack the referees about decisions, I think they will face the same thing Madrid is facing right now. And then
I think they actually did. Probably did.
Can I come in?
Yeah, go on, Rollins.
Yeah, you don't wait till Arsenal make what you just put it now.
Say something
Right.
about the ref.
Yeah. Arteta has done that. He made a comment regarding English ref. And they went after him. I don't know if anybody watched Liverpool's game today.
Yeah, we did. Go on.
So I didn't know why nobody, I don't know, probably because it's Liverpool. Nobody talked about Konante's not getting sent off for today. He did exactly what Rice did at Brighton.
What is that? Kicking the ball away?
Yes.
Well, they've relaxed that. They've relaxed it, right?
This relaxing of a team, it happens to Arsenal. Once it's Arsenal, any other team don't get punished.
Okay, so
I'm sorry, I don't think this is correct. I think I still pointed out to Dele a few weeks ago. Lala, I think he also responded to it that I hope Dele will see why the Wolves. I hope some people will see why the ref gave the Wolves player a yellow card because they kicked it away. The rule has always been just that at some point they relaxed it and felt maybe then at some point I think earlier this season they started overreacting on
They relax is the question.
So no,
because you people did not want to hear.
Okay,
because
you don't
don't want
know.
to hear what
incident. I don't know. After the Arsenal incident, they gave the Wolves guy a yellow card as well. Yeah, so you cannot say it's because Arsenal talk when it happened to them. Then because I know that's where you are heading.
Okay,
Lala.
so yeah, go on.
Back to this refereeing issue and using Real Madrid as an example. You see this game of football is a week in, week out stuff. So the referee may favor me today, the referee may favor you next week. Let's not. There is no fan of any club that would say honestly. So I understand this is truth and the truth and banter and podcast, and we banter a lot. But let's try to speak some truth once in a while. There's nobody that will say honestly, there is no time a referee has taken a decision that has actually favored their team and was a bit soft in Okoyenka's language. Even me being a Barcelona fan, trust me, especially when I have to, maybe I've put some money on my team to win, and maybe that's the last game. And at that point in time, any decision the referee takes, I'm happy with it. But you see this issue of Real Madrid, Okoyenka said they are the loudest. They are not the loudest. Everybody likes to use this word, oh, you are crying, you are being emotional, you are doing this, you are doing that. In the Clásico last season, when Barcelona had a corner kick, I wasn't a player, the ball got into the net and Courtois pushed it out of the net. It crossed the line. Everybody saw it. Even if we don't see it, we can go back and check images and footages of the incident. And
there's no goal line technology in Spain.
There is a goal line technology, but the referee did not check.
Are you sure about this?
Bro, hold on. Wow. That's why I said, let's leave banter aside. Banter is fun. Let's also speak truth. Did anybody see Femi's red card last week?
No, I didn't.
Okay, that's why when we are talking about a lot of things, I say you people did not.
Sorry, but to correct you, there's no goal line technology in Spain.
I watched
Femi's red card.
Yeah.
No, there's no goal line technology in Spain. I'm just buttressing your point.
So if the ball crosses the line, they don't check.
No, he said there.
Yeah, La Liga is only the top 5 leagues in the world that does not have goal line technology.
Oh, they don't use it.
That's where I'm going to. At the beginning of this season, when they asked the officials of every club to come, Tebas stated it. Real Madrid was the only club that they did not find anything wanting in the refereeing decision, and they also did not offer any solution. So they asked anybody that, okay, what do you think we can do better? Madrid did not mention anything. And I'm checking a statement that Ancelotti made last season. He said, Xavi complaining about the referees. I am a professional. I'm not going to lower myself to that level of respect for Spanish football. Complaining about referees is a level that is not for professionals. So when you say Real Madrid is the loudest, they are not the loudest. The thing is, these referees, I don't know what is happening. I really don't know what is happening. Trust me. My coach, Hansi Flick, got a red card about 5 games or 6 games back because of things he said. We can go on the TL. I have sent those videos to the chat. Let's check it out. So there is no agenda against Madrid. Trust me.
Okay.
No
So I think we'll just call it to a close on this discussion. We'll probably address it later because we do have some other burning topics which I think might take time. Yeah, we'll come back to the referees on another day. So there you have it, guys. A weekend of controversy again. And it's not just exclusive to the Premier League, also in Spain and other leagues as well. We're going to move on to our head-to-heads. We have 2 head-to-heads today, and we have one that is sponsored by the Arsenal boys. And the Arsenal boys are well represented. We have 3 Arsenal guys on the pod. I think this started the first time, in the second episode, where Rollins made a claim and said Yamal was overrated. We discussed that at length. You can find that on our 3rd episode. I think, over 2 episodes, we discussed this at length. But now, Nwaneri has been having game time at Arsenal, and he's been being a bright spark for Arsenal in the recent weeks. Now, Rollins has made a claim. He has said, now he's continuing from where he started from in the second episode. He said Yamal did not deserve to be in the Ballon d'Or, like number 7 in there. He has gone as far as now saying that Yamal and Nwaneri those are the people that you should be comparing to each other, and Yamal should not be with the big boys. Rollins, am I quoting you as you mean it? Is that what you have said it is? Yamal should be in the bracket as Nwaneri, not with the big boys, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so now I have you here. I have Olasadam, who is the Yamal in-house PR.
And they find you, guy.
So this is how it's going to go. Rollins, you're going to have the floor. You're going to tell us why you think Nwaneri and Yamal should be on the same pedestal. And then once you're done, you have 2 minutes. Then Olasadam, you have 2 minutes to also say why Yamal deserves to be with the big boys, and he shouldn't be compared with Nwaneri. So Rollins, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you. I don't really have much to say about this because obviously the facts are there and I'm going to state it now. Like you said, during our 3rd episode of this podcast, I said Yamal is overrated because he's doing well, but he's not supposed to be on the pedestal that Barcelona fans and the media are putting him on. Now, before this podcast, a lot of fans compare Yamal with Saka. They compare with Vinicius Junior. So now, when the Ballon d'Or list came out, Yamal was placed on 7th. You look at his stats. He scored 7 goals in 50 games. You look at Palmer. You look at Salah. They were below him. Salah was not even top 20. Can you imagine? So now, I didn't even want to bring this Nwaneri of a thing until Olasalam mentioned that he's doing well at 17 years old. Which player is doing well being 17-year-old? So, and I told him that Nwaneri has come on. He has scored 7. I think he had 7 goals, should be 7 goals in less than, is it up to 30 appearances?
Okay. All right, cool. So that's your statement to back up your claim. Olasalam, you now have the opportunity to also state your claim, and then we'll just have one more session from other guys. So say all you have to say on this topic for 2 minutes. You guys will probably go at it after your 3 minutes. Olasalam, you have the floor.
Okay, so Rollins did not use his 2 minutes, so I will borrow like 1 minute out of his 2 minutes. He used like 1 minute because
Don't do your 2 minutes. Your 2 minutes.
being very honest. I mean, banter aside, I also like to speak the truth. You see the Ballon d'Or list that actually caused the whole issue. I honestly have nothing to say. If it was somebody else that was put on the Ballon d'Or list with the 7 goals, I probably would have raised my eyebrow, being very honest. But I had some things to back it up being on the 7th list. I mean, he didn't make the list. He got the shout from FIFA, and there were a lot of people that have probably seen what he has done. And all the things he has achieved, he didn't achieve it at 17. He achieved it at 16. So maybe we should go back and let's be realistic. So I have never compared Yamal to Saka. And I have never compared Yamal to Vinicius Jr. Bro, I watched about 2-3 minutes of Yamal's trivia, whatever part they call it. I don't want to break my tongue right now. The
Compilations?
No, the
Trivela pass.
I watched like 3 minutes, but when I watched Vinicius Junior's own, it was like 5 minutes. Bro, some sick passes, being very honest. And you see, throughout last week, aside the banter we had on the group, which actually went up and down, I took some time off to cleanse a lot of things I've seen. People started bringing up different perspective, different takes, and it just pisses you off. And I was up at night and I was tweeting stuff. So I have not spent so much time to actually watch Nwaneri, being honest, being very honest. He has scored goals, yes. I mentioned something that Yamal's first assignment is not to score goals. As a winger, his first assignment is to assist the striker, which he has been doing very well. He's currently top assist in La Liga, and we saw what he did in Euros, and also he is doing in the Champions League. I'm not saying Nwaneri cannot get to that place or he's not stuck, but bringing useless stakes like saying Nwaneri and Yamal it doesn't make any sense. Anybody that compares Yamal with Vinicius Jr. doesn't understand football, doesn't understand growth. And if you are comparing Saka is my favorite player in Arsenal, being very honest. Yes, being very, very honest. And I think top wingers in the world, I would choose Vinicius Jr., Salah, Saka, and this guy, Yamal. So I don't think I will ever compare Yamal to stuff. So Nwaneri, he has scored 7 goals. I am not depending my stuff on goals. I watch a lot of Arsenal's games. Maybe I've not spent time to look at Nwaneri, but I don't think it's reasonable enough to compare Nwaneri with Yamal at this moment. Maybe he can do some things. I saw Show tweet something about Nwaneri and actually thought that, okay, I want to watch this guy. You see, Yamal has, aside goals, Yamal does a lot of things. He has, I would call it a 3-tier decision making. When we talk about 3-tier decision making, his reaction to a game, his anticipation, and I would say maybe manipulation is out of this world at that age. The decision is out of this world.
So if you're going to base it on that, you have already confessed that you haven't watched a lot of.
Yeah, not honestly.
Okay. So
please, sorry, can I ask him one more question? Because he said that the first assignment for Yamal is not to score goals. Is that correct?
Yes.
So back to our first episode, who did you pick between Salah and
God
Hazard?
bless my brother.
What was the point that you used to pick Salah ahead of Hazard?
Thank you. I think the first episode actually caused a lot of controversies. I picked Salah over Hazard, not because of goals. There is no time I said Salah scored more goals. I am not the kind of person to check statistics. Do you understand? I have had this argument with Okwenka, Hazard, and Neymar. And I said, Neymar doesn't score a lot of goals. And I said, Neymar. Maybe because of the Barcelona I support, I see a different style of playing footballers. What I said is Salah is a kind of player that if you need the goals, he will provide them because his job is not to score goals. But even if you need the goals, he does it. And at the beginning of this season, Yamal said something. He said, I want to score more goals, which has actually affected his decision making. It has affected his input to the team generally. There are some places he's supposed to pass to free players, and it takes very weak shots, which I mentioned in maybe the second or the third episode. So I did not pick Hazard and Salah over Hazard. I picked Salah because of a general perspective. That's
okay.
it.
Just to add, Salah, please, let me drop this argument. Salah has more assists than Hazard. So whether you want to use goals or you want to use assists.
Thank you so much.
Let's more assists. So whether you use assists or use goals, he has more output.
Of course, in more games. Of course, in more games.
It's
I,
played more
I,
games. It's
I
played
still
more
have
games.
I still have one more
Okay.
thing to
Yeah,
ask
Rollins, one
Ola.
more thing. Let's go.
So when I make that claim that Yamal is overrated, I stated with fact that medias and fans are hyping him above his levels. Like you see a tweet, Messi has never done this at so. You don't need that. And that's the reason why I say he's overrated.
Okay. I
He
have
has not
wait.
done
No, Olasalam, wait.
he has only played he has only played one season. One season.
One complete season, yes.
Okay.
But now you are saying a different thing
I'm not saying a
entirely.
different thing.
Wait. Olasalam, wait. Rollins.
Why don't you want to argue that it's over at this stage he's been overrated?
Wait. If you say he's overrated, let's back it up with facts.
Okay.
Olasalam has already said that this guy at 17 years old has the most assists in La Liga with 10 assists. Right?
Yes.
He's not scoring the most goals, but you can see his duty and what he adds to the team. Now, what makes you think Nwaneri, who's just starting his career as an Arsenal player, deserves to be on the same pedestal as someone who has gone to an international competition, won an international competition, been the best player at an international competition, and also been performing at this level at 17, most assists in the international competition, most assists in the league? What makes you think Nwaneri needs to be on the same pedestal as him?
Facts.
Okay, we started this podcast. I was when we started this podcast. A lot of persons said football has evolved and is all about stats, goals, of which I still don't agree
Those are
to.
your people like Dele.
Now,
Dele takes goals from a winger.
You are part of
Me.
them. So now
Before you call Dele, you didn't finish that statement. It's about stats, yes, but you are comparing Nwaneri. I'm an Arsenal fan too. I mean, I like the boy, but what I think is you they do banter.
Is it true for banter?
Because Champions League, this Yamal has proven on Champions League stage and Euro stage, on a big stage. Nwaneri is still young. He's still coming up. If you ask Nwaneri now, who is he following footstep? He probably would say Yamal. I mean, apart from Saka.
When did Yamal prove himself in the Champions
Lala,
League?
I've not said something. Lala, I've not said.
How many assists does he have in the Champions League?
I should be asking you that. Who has he played against in the Champions League?
Lala, I've not said anything.
When I said prove himself, I'm sorry for taking your time. I just want to explain what you're saying. What you're asking me. Last season or even this season Champions League, Yamal has goals and assists now. Am I not
this
correct?
Season, 2 goals, 2 assists in Champions League this season.
Even last season he had assists. I don't know if he scored. I'm sure he did.
So you can't have 2 goals and 2 assists and said he has proven himself.
Okay, what does
in comparison to Nwaneri?
Nwaneri just started,
Nwaneri is
right?
too young.
But
so why are you comparing it? You know, he just started.
No, this is not about banter. They are of both the same age.
Yamal did these things when he was 16, not 17. Lala, can I go in, please?
Okay, no, this is what's going to happen. Olasalam, your final words. Rollins, your final words. 30 seconds, please. Then I'll get someone who doesn't have a goal.
I think you wrote this question.
So
okay, go on.
If let us kind of state some rules. If you are doing some banter, express everybody. I don't know if Show was actually doing some banter when he said Ahmad's influence is more than Pedri's influence this season. Let's be honest. I don't know if it's banter or the truth, but let's state our fact so that we don't go overboard and say things to disrespect each other. You understand?
Wait, just to add for Show, Ahmad's influence is for Man United as a club. They are in 13th place. Maybe that's where his influence reached. He's saying his own.
Yeah. So what I was trying to say is I have not watched one. I've not watched Nwaneri. I've not watched Nwaneri, honestly. And I'm going to spend time to watch him, honestly. And I'm also not saying Yamal has done a lot of things, but we have seen a lot of games he has played, big stage. He has played against Madrid. He has played against France. A lot of people have said things against this boy. Oh, the last guy that said it was this French player, and he proved himself. He has gone on the big stages. For me, I am still not overrating the guy. And I mentioned that everybody saw what happened to Ansu Fati, and we have seen what has happened to young players around the world at 16, 17, when they burst into the big stage and they mess it up. So I am not actually, I tweet a lot of things about Yamal. People don't see it. And Rollins, when you go on the TL and you see a lot of people say a lot of things, don't consume it. People say bullshit. A lot of Barcelona fans this season have said we don't need Frankie de Jong. I do know we need Frankie de Jong, but I'm not going to banter that. So let's also state truth. If you are saying Yamal should not have gotten a Ballon d'Or shout because of his 7 goals, I do agree with everybody. I'm not going to lie. I do agree.
Also, everybody, he's the one who said that. If you agree with him,
I'm not cutting you short. I'm not cutting you short. I only said what I believed is overhyped.
When you say it's overhyped and you are now putting Nwaneri, you're comparing them, it means you are also overhyping one.
I'm not overhyping Nwaneri. They are both same age mates. Why can't I compare him and Yamal?
Show me you are comparing them this season. Show me what Nwaneri did at 16. Show me what he accomplished at 16.
So you are moving from 17 to 16.
Bro,
again.
Okay, even let's keep it to this season. Has Nwaneri done more than Yamal this season?
Let's keep this season, yes. Has he done more? Answer now. Why are you quiet, bro?
Just to point to the fact, Yamal has played 31 games, 11 goals, 15 assists. You cannot tell me, nobody can say it in this world that this boy has 17 years. 11, how many over 18 or 20 year olds have these stats? Come on.
Even at 17, Messi did not play this much games. So calm down, bro. You see all this stuff I'm saying. What do you do at 17? That's
Salam, you go still talk. Maybe we not finish your energy.
No,
I want OPK to have the last thoughts and we'll move on to the next topic because now you also there in the forefront and you are going to come and defend yourself on this one. OPK.
So I think Rollins, the same thing you were saying about Yamal earlier, and that's the same thing you're doing right now. You are already judging a player that has only played 17 games for Arsenal and putting him on the same level with someone that has won Euros, that has done on the big stage with the big boys. You were talking about putting the big boys, the small boys with the small boys. Right now, Yamal is a big boy compared to other people in his age bracket. So putting someone that's only 3 goals, 17 assists, 17 games is just like way above his league. He has I think most people know my stand when it comes to young players. I like players to be consistent. I like to watch players do something this season, repeat the next season. They will know that okay, you've arrived. But I hate when you're judging a player based off on one season. In fact, it's not even one season yet. So let him do it repeatedly. Then we can have this conversation again. At this moment, Nwaneri cannot. It's actually a very disrespectful conversation to Yamal, I think. My opinion for someone comes from me.
I don't know why the time for them. No problem. I think we're going to move on. We're going to, move on to the next topic. I think we've exhausted that. It's good that we've put this to bed. I know Rollins is stubborn going. You're not going to agree, but no problem. You have your opportunity to get back. It is our second head-to-head of today. And again, it is sponsored by Rollins. And I'm glad Rollins and Ola Salam are here, to put it to rest. This one, Ola Salam, you go to talk because you go to talk today. Now, Rollins has said, was it Rollins who said it? No, it wasn't Rollins. It was Rollins, yeah? Yeah, you said Pedri and Bellingham. You said, there's a lot of hype around Pedri and people are giving him shouts as the best midfielder over a Bellingham, right? And there's been loads of conversations behind the scenes about this. Rollins dropped off. Rollins is back. So there's been a lot of conversation about this behind the scenes. Rollins versus Pedri. If you have, sorry, I said Rollins versus Pedri. Pedri versus Bellingham. If you are for Pedri, can I get an I?
Ola Salam.
If you are for Pedri, can I get an I?
Why are you laughing now?
I'm calling again.
It's not for Pedri. I have to be in this conversation, so it should be for the general public. I have to be in this conversation. So whether
no, I know. I need to section so I know who to call. If you are for Pedri, are you the only one who's for Pedri?
Okay, because he's the only one.
He had you to join. No go take bullets for another person.
No, I'm not. I'm not taking it.
Okay, I already know who's for Pedri.
I won't go before, but you have to defend.
Okay, now because Rollins had gone head to head with I think I should just let it play out because this is sponsored by the both of you. Rollins, Jetson, are you there? I can hear your mic moving. Okay.
Lala.
Yeah, go on, Olasanam.
Okay. I see Jetson. Sorry, I don't know which Jetson. I see Jetson in the chat say you compare. How many minutes do I have first?
Okay, are you want to respond to Jason or you want to talk about what is
I
we're
want
discussing?
to talk about Bellingham and Pedri.
Okay, that's the focus right now. Let's tackle that.
Okay.
Bellingham and Pedri, go on.
So you see, I am a Barcelona fan, and Barcelona's style of play is different from Madrid. There are a lot of games where even if Madrid is being top of the league, I do want them to win because of football. This beginning of this season, I've been tweeting a lot of Mbappe. I'm a big fan of Mbappe. I've said this on this podcast times without number. I've said it and I'm not afraid to say it. I'm a big fan of Mbappe. And when playing FIFA, I am a fan of Bellingham. Also, there are some goals Bellingham has scored. I'm a fan of him. I am not a kind of sports fan that deals on stats alone. That's why I try as much as possible to watch every game. I watch Man U. I didn't watch Liverpool. I watch Arsenal. I like to watch football generally without any form of bias. So let me explain this Bellingham Pedri stuff. Messi will not come and tell you I'm better than Ronaldo. Ronaldo will not come and tell you I'm better than. People say a lot of things about football. You see, Banter on the street of Twitter is how would I say, it's exhausting. So let me say a few things about Pedro and Bellingham. The framework, I know everybody will laugh at that English. The framework or the style of play or what Bellingham offers to Madrid is different from what a Pedri offers to Barcelona. For me, the comparison just doesn't make any sense. I mean, in Barcelona, if you are looking at a kind of profile Bellingham can offer in Barcelona, I would say somebody like Olmo or Femen. And in Madrid, I would say I can compare Pedri to what Modric offers, and somebody like Ceballos, as he has just started, he just busted into the starting 11. But you see, Pedri and Bellingham, they are not close at all in terms of what they are asked to do and what they excel at.
What is Pedri asked to do that Bellingham is not asked to do?
Thank you. She said something yesterday that we should try to quote established magazines or sport houses. So I'm going to quote Marca. Marca is La Liga's big fan house or media house. So Ancelotti had to revert Jude back to his old attacking position. I think mid-season, because he struggled in the more disciplined midfield set up at the beginning of the season. I mean, people always tell us how versatile Jude Bellingham is, which I am not against. And he can do anything, pop up anywhere on the pitch and score goals and everything. But Real Madrid suffered a lot at the beginning of this season when Jude Bellingham was taken off the attacking role and he was more in the controlling role. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So we have had Xavi, we have had Iniesta, we have had a Lampard debate. And I will say Jude Bellingham is the Frank Lampard of this generation. If you're expecting a midfielder in Barcelona to score goals week in, week out, then I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. So if you are going to actually judge them, let's judge them on the profile. If you are saying goals, of course, Bellingham has more goals. Of course, Bellingham has more assists. You understand? I am glad people are in love. They are in love with the idea of the player they think Bellingham is. But I would like to say the reality is very, very different. He's a box crusher, with a very good engine. He goes at it. I play FIFA, I use him all the time. I can tell you he scores more goals for me in FIFA than Vinicius Jr., being very sincere. All I'm trying to say is if Pedri and Bellingham were teammates, Bellingham would benefit more from Pedri feeding him, not vice versa. And that tells you everything. I think Bellingham is the best transition player in the world right now. But I just cannot see him being a mainstay or even being very positive on a team that likes to sustain possession. So Pedri, however, can excel, I would say, a bit in both. But Pedri has struggled more in Bellingham's position. And when Hansi Flick came in, he had to let Pedri sit deeper. And that's why when we bought Olmo, I was very happy. Because Olmo can go forward. You can't compare what Olmo... people are saying, when Pedri had injury, Olmo substituted him in the Euros. They offered something different.
Okay. So
Olmo control the play of the team.
Okay. I'm going to go to the other side of the debate now, which is now you've stated all the qualities of what Pedri brings to the table, and
Yes.
Bellingham, you think Bellingham cannot bring to the table. Who's on the other side? People don't shift Good shift. Volley, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Do you agree with all he said? Is it correct to say that Bellingham cannot offer a team what Pedri offers,
And vice versa.
and vice versa?
Yeah.
Okay, I think I agree with some of the things he mentioned, but I think there's a statement he made I didn't quite agree with that. I'm not sure I remember now. But looking at the profile is different. The profile is very different, and both of them they are actually a good midfielder. The conversation is more of like comparing, let's say, Iniesta and KDB, or
Okay.
Iniesta
I
and
want to ask
Lampard.
a question, right? Is Rodri and Pedri a good comparison? Are they the same profile?
No, they are different. Rodri and Pedri, they are different.
Okay.
Are quite different.
Olasalam, do you agree with this as well? Rodri is a different profile to Pedri.
Well, I don't think it's very different as much as Pedri and Bellingham, but I think there are a lot of similarities.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is Rodri is current Ballon d'Or winner, whether you think he deserves it or not. He does it for Man City and he does it for Spain. And in fact, when you want to ban him, if you put Bellingham into the picture, maybe bar last season, which was, I could say, an anomaly for Bellingham. I don't think Bellingham season in, season out will outperform a Rodri every time. And Rodri is also someone who sits back, who is the sixth of the team. He doesn't bomb forward as much. Man City, they press a lot of teams forward, and you see most of their players, they push forward. I see Rodri as in the same sort of similar player like what Pedri is. But Rodri offers more. Why can't Pedri offer more?
Good. I'm actually glad for that question is a meaningful question. I've actually not thought about it, but let me just try and put two and two together. You see, Rodri is a more physical player. Pedri is not physical. So Rodri can play as a defensive midfielder. Just let me control this defensive midfield. Something that like Busquets offers. Pedri cannot offer that. That's why we have a Casado supporting him. Pedri would never offer that. Pedri is not energetic. Do you understand? I saw it. Tweet when somebody said every control with Bellingham turns into a duel. We see how rough he is. Bellingham is more physical than Pedri. So Pedri cannot offer what Rodri is offering. Rodri is more physical, is more defensive.
This is turning me to another question.
Wait, sorry, please. I think. Wait, I want to get this correctly now. Is Pedri a defensive midfielder?
He's a central midfielder. He's not a defensive midfielder. He's a central midfielder. Casado is our defensive midfielder.
What about Bellingham?
Bellingham is more like an attacking midfielder.
I don't quite agree to that, to be honest.
Let me explain what I mean now. You see Xavi and Iniesta, people consider them the midfield maestro. Both of them put together, did they score as much goals as Lampard? No. That's why I said the style of play every player offers in the team is different. If you are speaking about being an attacking midfielder, what does KDB do? Is he a central midfielder? Is he a defensive midfielder? Is he an attacking midfielder? He's an attacking midfielder. But if you are going to compare an attacking midfielder to a central midfielder, it's different. You can be an attacking midfielder and you sit back and maybe you have somebody that pushes forward. That's what, for me, Bellingham is an attacking midfielder. Pedri is not an attacking midfielder. Pedri is more a central midfielder than Bellingham. That's what I have to say. So if you have your questions, let's.
Okay. So what I wanted to ask is you did make a statement. You said Bellingham, when every duel seemed like he's rough.
I said on the TL, yeah.
Yeah. The thing is, I get that sentiment, right? And I think it plays a lot in how we judge players. Some players are smooth on the ball.
Yes.
And some players look like they are very rough, but they get the job done. Example is people have the notion, especially if I want to be direct, someone like Okwayenka now said something like, "Oh, Salah doesn't dribble." It's because he looks rough on the ball when he dribbles. He doesn't have that finesse about him. But you can't say he doesn't dribble. And Bellingham, you can't also say that Bellingham does not control the game because he looks rough on it. He doesn't do it with the same finesse like, for example, a Pedri or a Rodri would do it. But he actually does it because there are games you see Bellingham he's trying to control. No, he does it because wait. Let me land. There are games where he does it for Madrid, starting the play from the back, distributing the ball, and also having the energy to bomb forward, get in the box, and get a goal. And that's actually what makes him a special player that he is, because
he is a special player. I'm not going to argue that with anybody. He's a special player. Let me use FIFA as an example. When I'm playing FIFA, I don't think I use Bellingham to be the one to control my midfield or control my possession.
Baba, leave FIFA, Jerry. All this one now, it's not be you the controller. Whether you work or you don't work.
So let me go back to real life. The control Bellingham doesn't. I mean, he receives ball from the defender and he takes it forward. He carries the ball. That's why I said he's a very good transition player. Very good at it. That's not what Pedri does. When you're talking about sustaining possession. So if Bellingham actually played in the times of Xavi and Iniesta, he will be nowhere on the pitch. He may score goals, but he'll be nowhere on the pitch. Bellingham doesn't control possession. He doesn't sustain possession. But
Madrid are not a possession-based team, though.
So tell me the reason. When if you want to know the importance Pedri offers to a team, it starts from the reason why Modric keeps extending his contract. If they have one of the reasons why Madrid lost to Barcelona is they could not retain possession. So when they go on transition, it is most times successful. But to retain the possession, they cannot do it like Barcelona.
And Barcelona is a possession-based team. That's their game.
That's what I'm trying to say. So Pedri is not the kind of person that will give Rafinha or Yamal the ball and want to go and take it in the box. He's not a box crasher. He will sit down and control the play. So Bellingham cannot do that.
Okay, so now just to round off the discussion, does anyone have any last words? And we just want people to just have their pick, people on the pod. I don't know, some people change their mind with Olasalam's explanation. Anybody want to have any last words on this?
No, so when I said I changed my mind, it's not like it's not like I prefer Pedri over Bellingham. With what he said, actually, if I want a midfielder, like a central midfielder, I would choose Pedri. But if I want to choose a better footballer for me, I think I'll choose Jude Bellingham. That's why I agree with his point is the basics of a midfielder. I think Pedri does that more, but not like a better footballer in my opinion. I think Jude is a better, because at the end of the day, Jude is still going to probably give you more defining moments in games, even by tackle. I think I'm actually interested in the number of tackles they have per game. I think Jude might actually have more.
He would have more, actually, yeah.
It's more defensive. I mean, it's more physical. Yeah, we have more tackles than Pedri, definitely.
So that, which is now what makes Pedri special. How can we define him as being that special person? What's going to define him as being special if he cannot do? If the only thing you think he can do better than, for example, the other midfielders around him is, he can distribute the ball better, he can pass better, he can have more successful passes, which most midfielders are telling you that's like a rubbish stat. Like, I could easily just be passing and have good number of passes. Those stats are not what makes. They don't. What do they do for a team?
Lala, let me ask you one simple question. You are a Chelsea fan, yeah? Let me ask you one question. What does Xavi and Iniesta, why do they call them the midfield maestro? Can you compare what Xavi and Iniesta bring to a team? Can you compare it to what Lampard brings to a team? Remember, Xavi and Iniesta played against an Andre Pirlo and they controlled. I think they won that game by 4 goals. So what makes Pedri special is?
Okay, so you see Xavi and Iniesta that you've just mentioned. Mm-hmm. Those guys, they are like the I don't want to call them cornerstone. The kind of football Barcelona played then, right? Possession-based football that they played, and which they also carried on to the what's it called? The national team, right? Yeah. That's the kind of football they play, right? It also limits them because you can see that outside of this environment, if the football is not played this certain way, then what are they? What do they bring to the table? Aside all this, what else do they bring to the table? Iniesta at least will still pop up with assist and everything. But what else do they bring to the table? If your team is not playing possession-based football, what else will they bring to the table? And I also disagree that Bellingham cannot play in a team that plays possession-based football. If that is what he needs to do, I think he has shown that he can actually do it.
I did not say he cannot play in a team. I said it cannot be the balance. They can't control it. That's what I said. We have seen Madrid against AC Milan. We saw Madrid against AC Milan. We saw how they suffered. We saw Madrid against Liverpool. We saw how they suffered. One of the problems Barcelona had last season is we could not control our play. And that is the same issue that Madrid is having this season. They cannot control their play. So you see the importance of Xavi and Iniesta in the team is, I need runners. I need people that can run. I need people that can score goals. I will control everything from the beginning to the end. So it is very possible for you to see a Pedri in a 90 minutes game, and you will see he has a rating of 8.5 without a goal and an assist.
So I understand you. I just feel, I mean, I'll let
I think Lala, can I say something, please?
Okay, please go on.
Yes. Is that the Spanish correspondent?
Yes.
So all I've heard from you so far, all I've heard from you are biased in the sense that you have been saying our. So your judgment, hold on. Now Barcelona fan, I know that's what I'm saying. Our. So you are biased towards the decision to Barcelona. For example, you said again, like I play soccer, and when you say a midfielder, there are different types of midfielders. So if you are going to compare a midfielder, you are going to compare a Bellingham for an attacking midfielder that will get you goals. Don't compare him to someone that is going to start back and start creating goals.
I am not comparing him, bro.
Hold on. Let me finish now. Because I heard you were comparing. Rodri cannot do this one. Bellingham can do this one. Not Dele, Biola.
Okay, Biola, wait. Let me know what I'm trying to say. I'm
not allow me finish now. Allow you to talk for like 30 minutes now. So that's what I'm saying. Like you need to like compare, like bring out a striker, like bring out a Drogba and bring out a Crespo, same pattern of player. Bring out a Bellingham and bring out someone like I don't know, like you said, Omo. Compare both of them. Start, goal. Yes. Bro. Then again, you said, hold on. You said it.
You are saying the same thing.
Let me finish now. Let me finish, please. You said Lampard. You compared Lampard and Xavi and Iniesta.
I did not compare.
What? Hold on. No. The comparison means when you brought them up together. That's what I mean.
Bro, I will let you finish, but you are saying things I have not said. I would
No, when I say compare, hold on. When I say compare, I don't mean you compare. You bring them side by side. You use them as examples. That's comparison. You use them as examples. Those are the case study. That's what you use as a case study.
Bro, calm down. What I'm not bringing them as example. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to see, bro, Lampard, as I said, Xavi and Iniesta together. Lampard has more goals and assists than them. I'm not sure if I'm correct. I'm not sure if I'm correct, but I know Lampard has a lot of goals. I'm not comparing them. What I'm trying to say is, calm down. Wait, bro. Calm down your aggression. I am not.
You don't allow me talk. Now you just talk. Now me talk. You don't allow me talk. There is some aggression. I'm aggressive.
Okay.
I'm not. Go on. I'm not going to say it again.
Bro, you just burst on the stage like you are at something, bro.
Okay.
Because I know this thing is going to go on for a while. So if anybody doesn't understand me, let me try and explain myself. I'll not take long. I am not comparing Bellingham.
Thoughts now. You didn't allow me talk. I'm expressing myself. You didn't allow me talk.
Okay, Olasalam, wait. Let B land. B.
No, you said
B land. No, so that
make
you
go on.
moving on.
Make you go on. No, make it go on. No,
I will go on, bro. I will go on because you are saying things I will not say. I am not comparing Jude to Pedri. I am not. I would never do it. What I am saying is, if Bellingham comes to Barcelona, if he's a Barcelona player, of course, what he's doing, he will do it more. I said what Pedri offers to Barcelona, Jude cannot offer it to Madrid. And what Bellingham offers to Madrid, Jude cannot offer it. That's what I'm trying to say. And I said at the beginning, if you want to compare Jude and Fermin, even if he doesn't play a lot of games because of the kind of football Barcelona plays, I would say they are similar. I am not comparing. I would never compare. The reason why I see Pedri as exceptional is also the same reason why I see Jude as exceptional. And I've said this before. Maybe you have not heard me. I would never compare them. People say a lot of things. I would never compare them, bro. And the reason why,
final words
is because they don't have the controlling midfield like they had in Cruz and they had in
Olasalam. You don't do. Don't worry.
Bro, see, people should quote
me. No. Bro, listen. When I say compare, you brought them side by side. When you bring something side by side, hold on now. You'll be talking. I said I did not interject.
Okay.
I allow you to talk, bro. Now I want to talk. You don't allow me to talk.
Okay, but
your last few sentences. Hold on. In your last few sentences, you used the word comparison yourself in your own sentence.
Aside you say I'm not comparing. You comparison. You have used it.
You are not fighting.
Bro,
what club do you support?
I don't
Calm
fight
down.
you. I just dey passionate when I dey talk. That's why I be. But if you don't make I comment on your talk, no pee. I just dey passionate when I dey talk. That's why I dey talk. So no be say I fight you.
Okay. What club do you support?
Never mind about my club. Don't worry about it.
Be no.
I know now. I know. Now, man, you. No, I'm a Man U fan. I'm a Man U fan. It's not about the club I support.
Worry and Madison got this one.
Okay.
I know.
Okay,
I know the
let's
man.
show-
I know.
let-
So
Okay. Do you have anything else to say?
I'm a Man U fan.
okay.
I'm a Man U
So
fan.
for me-
I'm a Man U fan. I'm a Man U fan. Bro, I'm not fighting you. I'm a Man U fan.
When
So-
please don't show an
Okay,
opportunity to say something about what I have said about Jude and Bellingham. I will actually appreciate their opinion. So
I'm saying rubbish.
no, I know
That was what you just said.
Okay.
No, that's what you mean now. That I said rubbish.
No.
No. That's what you just said.
No,
Never mind. Okay, never mind.
He get no.
Bro, no
He get
disrespect.
beef. He get beef with us,
No,
so he need
No,
to know our stand
disrespect.
now.
I didn't say you have said anything
Now,
that
let-
He gets
Sure.
our understand.
Show. Oh yeah, go on. Show.
All right. So, well, for me, I'll always tilt towards a midfielder like Bellingham because Pedri somehow is more or less of a system player, and I'll explain why. When he doesn't have runners around him, then of course the only thing he'll be doing is just sideway pass, back to pass, and all of those things. Yeah. But yeah, so and that's the reason why, because Bellingham has the energy to burn. He can come to the midfield, put the pass to the side, and still make the run forward. But someone like Pedri will be relying on others to do the movement while he stays, while he has to stay and control from one end. And he doesn't even really move that. Like someone like De Jong, for example, I'll rather prefer a De Jong kind of player because De Jong still moves, carries the ball, moves some, meters, and then can still give the same nice passes here and there. So, of course, Bellingham is the better player for me. But I also like the skill set of Pedri. I mean, I'm not trying to say that. Yeah, it's
Okay. All right. No problem. I think Dele, did you want to say something before moving on? I think we're done with our head to heads. We're just going to move on to the trivia. Dele, are you saying anything? And Jetson, are you there?
A lot has been said. Let's just move.
Let's just move on. Jetson,
I
are you
already
there?
said it on the chat.
Okay.
Yes, I
Yes.
hear.
So what did you have to add to the discussion?
I didn't. Just work together.
Okay. We're going to move on now to the trivia session. Just an update on the standings for the trivia session. We have Opayinka who still leads the way. What's the trivia about, in case you're wondering? Trivia is, I'm going to be asking 5 questions, 5 quick fire questions. First to answer gets 1 point. Here's the current total. Opayinka 6 points, Biola 2 points, Olasadam 2 points, Show 2 points, Bamidele 1 point. So you guys have your chance to catch up to Opayinka. I don't know, maybe somebody gets 4 or 5. So I'm going to go with 5 questions. Please unmute yourself now. I don't want to hear I was talking, I was muted though. I'm going to ask 5 questions. My first question is, who has the record for the fastest goal in the Premier League?
Sadio Mane.
No.
Like the king.
that's
Wisa.
hat-trick.
No,
Shelong.
Opayinka got that. Shane Long. Opayinka got that.
Now, wow.
I was scared. My mic was off, so I had to type it.
All right. My second question. What was Ronaldo de Lima's first European club?
Inter Milan.
Ajax.
Correct.
Barcelona.
Correct.
PSV.
PSV.
Incorrect.
PSV now. AC Milan.
AC Milan. Correct.
It's PSV. Oh, it's PSV. PSV.
Na PSV
Ronaldo
now.
de
Na
Lima.
PSV.
AC
La.
Yes.
La.
Na me get am.
Who saw
me get
PSV?
am. Na me. Na
Oh,
Rollins.
Cancel.
Then Rollins talk am.
You dey alive.
Cancel. I dey alive now.
I said cough don't wound you.
Making our wait. Well, people say I see on live with this. So, na PSV.
Na
PSV
PSV.
1994.
So Rollins got 1
Then-
point then.
Barcelona.
Okay, Rollins 1 point.
Wait to make I
Yes.
confirm.
Don't
Thank
catch up
you.
with anybody. Don't be for you now.
Because what I have down here was
PSV.
AC Milan.
No, na PSV. Then Barcelona. From Barcelona to Inter. From Inter to Madrid. I think from Madrid to
that
AC.
one-
Really?
You go know as you go reach top.
Yes.
Okay. My bad.
You no get sense. Ìgbà tẹ́mi fún ìwọ boy, wọ́n gbé pátákì lé títì.
Why you
Book
being
the flood.
emotional? Why you being emotional?
Even people wey no go enter top 4 sef dey
Bro,
laugh.
why you
We
being
think say they
emotional?
don win
Oh
this.
my
Yeah,
God.
that's
Guys, okay, so we're going to oh yeah, that's true, it was PSV. That was my error. Next question. There's 3 more questions.
Please give yourself
I
minus
know
one.
I know they help una compete now.
Okay,
Next
everybody one.
question.
Give everybody
Next question. Make
Oh,
una
Ata.
listen. No. Next question. Who is the only player to have won a Champions League with 3 different clubs?
Seedorf.
Seedorf is
Seedorf.
correct, but
Ṣé náà láti
Na mi
sọ
talk-
name fún
who talk am? Okwayinka, abi?
tẹ́lẹ̀?
Yeah.
Normally, Okoyenka, laying ball, you don't know anything. So he go get up. He go beat everybody. No worry. You don't know anything.
1, 2, 3. I've asked 3 questions. Now, okay, my next question is: I have played for Chelsea and spent time playing in Turkey. I have been crowned African Footballer of the Year 4 times and African Cup of
Ziyech.
Nations twice.
Drogba.
Drogba. Me talk am o.
Eto.
Drogba.
Who said that?
Na me
Who
talk
said that?
am.
Drogba.
Opeyinka.
Who said that?
Opeyinka.
Now,
Okwayinka
wow.
got it.
Please, let's
Can I
check
get
it.
to
Wait,
hear this night?
we can't trust Lala. We can't trust Lala.
Dà pé làlá máa ń
Okwayinka got that.
Said you won African Footballer of the Year 4
Chelsea
times.
fans.
So Drogba
4
win
times now. Drogba no win am 4 times. I said
We don't hear the question finish.
no
We don't
bet,
jump.
no bet.
Mama,
Last
why we
question.
stop this trivia? Just give the guy the money.
I want you
Last
point.
question. Last question.
2 points.
Last questions. How many games did it take Cristiano Ronaldo to score his first Champions League goal?
50. 10.
17.
7. 5.
8.
Incorrect.
17.
What's in
Incorrect.
Google? 11.
7.
Okay.
22.
I'm going to Otito, you don't go with that. It was 27. It was 27.
7 now, bro.
Allowed.
No talk am o.
Let me ask just one more question for the goal. One
Abeg,
last
go.
question for the goal.
Lala.
This one, go take. Last question.
I be want to make you ask us Arsenal question. Make I beat the runnings for the Arsenal.
Maybe next episode. Last question. Obafemi Martin's first European club.
Newcastle. No, Inter Milan.
Inter Milan.
Incorrect.
Inter Milan.
You didn't say.
I don't talk Inter Milan 2 times.
Incorrect. Before he signed for Inter Milan, he signed for a Serie C team called Reggiana. That was his
that
first
one
job.
now, bro.
So you don't. That's the end of the trivia session. So guys, thank you so much.
Question.
Make I do my ending. I
get one
Oh my
question,
God.
and it's for everybody. Our host get sense.
No.
Good. Okay, one more point.
No.
2 points. Okay, 1 more point.
So guys, thank you all for coming to the episode of Truth and Banter. It's our 7th episode. We had 2 head-to-heads, and the guys, brought a lot of insights into the discussion. Thank you to my guests from Show, who is nursing a loss to Spurs, to Dele, who is happy that Arsenal grinded out their win. To Ola Salam, our Spanish correspondent, he spoke the most today because he had to defend his boys, Yamal and Pedri.
Tomorrow, bro.
And then Rollins, who also came with the fire as an Arsenal fan. Okwayinka, who came to lament for Chelsea. Jetson, who couldn't say much. And Biola, who was the of Man U fans today. Thank you all, and I'll see you on the next episode. Bye.